So tentative outline of this today's meeting is like, first I will present a presentation about the information of the CARE project. Then mostly if you have any question in your mind, and if you ask, you can ask me. And also I think, for example, I would like to first thank some of you guys, specifically Cecil, for helping all the preparation time. Friday is there for helping all the administrative, and Evin for all the economic, and all of you, all of my colleagues for helping during the application process. And as you know, I named this topic is like information on the CARE project from 2022 to 2026. And the title of this project is actually Collaborative Action for Improving Educational Capacity in Renewable Energy to Mitigate the Climate Crisis. And what I'm going to do today, within 20-25 minutes, I'll give you kind of a background, and what is the our project team, and which is our partner university, and what is the goal of this CARE project, and what we are doing right now, and a little bit more details about the work package. I would like to get some feedback from you guys on the work packages. How should we progress? And also a little bit about the student and staff mobility, and shortly about the budget and funding plan, and the risk assessment, what I actually feel like the challenge for us to complete this project within the next 5 years. So let's talk a little bit about the background. As you already heard from me about the application on 27th of May 2021, there was like 150 application from all over the Norway, and then they actually granted finally 28 application, and CARE is one of them, and we got around 8 million, which is exactly 7.925 million NOK, and it includes 6 full degree scholarship. That means there is a 6 full master scholarship will be included in this project, and it is mainly from the partner university to here, not the other way around. And I actually put a kind of a story behind the success. This is maybe it's nice to share with you. After our application, like in 27th of May, they actually mentioned in they will publish the result in October, and they published something in 27th or 20 something like that. I don't remember the exact date, but unfortunately I haven't found this name in their published results. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's something I should not bring in my mind again. Then I got a phone call from the DICO on 2 or 3 days later, saying that, okay, Souman, we would like to say something to you. Say that, okay, don't think that actually you will not get something, but we still hope that there should be something for you. So keep contact with the partner university. Then actually I felt like, okay, maybe they're getting some additional funding to us. And then until December, we haven't heard anything. By the meantime, they mentioned, okay, they had a meeting with the government, and government is not providing extra funding, so there is no hope. And then in December, like 16th or 15th, they actually called me from DICO. They called me, okay, see, thank you for application, and we are happy to give you some the funding. Then okay, so there is a there is a like pros and cons of this application, and but it's still it's nice to have this funding. And I put some links in here, so if anyone is actually interested to know more details about the project, so you can see the award project is in here, and all the how they do evaluation, and about the NORPAD project you can find in here. And let's talk about the project team. And as you know, it's from the Department of Engineering Sciences, and Paul is there. And as a project coordinator, I'll be in there. And also for the administrative contact point, Frida is there. And for financial contact point, Avin is there. So you know who to contact actually for from which point of view. In addition to that, all of you, all of my colleagues in here, and Cecil from the international office, and also Theria from the international office is there. And this is a little bit about partner university. Its name is Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology, and is a kind of you can say that not pretty new, but it's new. It's established in 1968, and is a completely engineering university. And it has basically 4 faculty, like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and I think the computer science engineering. So the total student is around 5,000, and it has a nice campus, and it's a kind of a little bit far from the city. By the way, actually, I should mention I was actually graduated my bachelor from this university. And these are the more details. I will not go more details because you will hear laterally from them also when they will have a presentation. And what is the goal? What is the main goal of this project, CARE project? So one of the main goal is to review, develop, and implement the renewable related courses in the renewable energy, specifically from the UIA side, and from the partner university side, I should say, actually, they involved two department of mechanical engineering and also department of electrical engineering. And they also have an institute, which is named Institute of Energy Technology. So they also involved in that application. So the main purpose is to develop and implement the renewable related energy related courses, and also through the student and staff mobility. And also we would conduct some international workshop, a seminar, and we also do the some of the I should say course, education related course in between us actually. So I actually put this one from the application basically. So I have a main goal in here. Then we have a 4 individual sub goal, you can say. The first sub goal would be like strengthen the partnership for education and research in renewable energy between the CHUET and UIA, and also enhance the faculty experience, for example, by jointly developing and delivering flexible and engaging curricula, and also like improve the quality of education in both way, I should say. And it also include mentioned the mobility of student and staff in both the way, but mostly from Bangladesh to or global south. Actually, they use this word like global south rather than the Bangladesh. So you should use also a little bit the global south to Norway, basically. And what are the main result or outcome of this CARE project? So it's basically, you can say, okay, it was a little bit not 35, it should be like 25 students mobility as an exchange student plus 6 as a full scholarship. So in total, it should be 31 students actually will come from Global South or from CHUET to UIA for the next 5 years. And also we will review like 8 courses, and there is a 2 new courses developed in CHUET. It's actually more related to the climate change or climate crisis, how to handle the climate crisis, depending on those. And also you can see there would be like 20 faculty member mobility. So it's basically, there is a 20 from UIA to CHUET for the next 5 years, and also to 10 from the CHUET to here. So 10 and 10 plus is 20 in total. And the nice thing is that while I was writing this project, actually I include the exchange student, as I mentioned, 25 exchange student. They not only come only for the courses, they might come to join as a thesis, to do the thesis in here. So from you guys, from you, from my colleagues, maybe you guys can help in terms of supervising those students in the thesis, and also for the full scholarship. And yeah, is also include, I mentioned this in the application, I remember, like a joint supervision. So while was like this one student came from Chuet to here, so he has done all the courses in Chuet. So I would like to see actually to help them to develop their supervision skills by doing a jointly supervision in the master's thesis. And another outcome, it would be like we emphasize on the gender balance in engineering education. And also like we include, I remember from Bangladesh, from Chuet part, they include UNDP, United Nations Development Program, in the application, saying that they would do some kind of work placement, those students who will visit from EYA to Chuet. And these are the main outcomes or main result out of this 5 years project. And also I was actually mentioning this, what is the overall or what is the long-term perspective of this project. So I wrote in terms of like this. So this project may help to actually overcome using a lot of fossil fuel-based energy sources in Bangladesh to renewable energy. So if we can graduate this amount of a student from this program, so they will help actually to have this move from the fossil fuel-based sector to the renewable energy-based sector. And what would be the gain from our side? So in my point of view, it was like, so while we're doing this, exploring these things within this project, then we can find something new on like a sustainable research dimension, so that we can actually improve improve the quality of our education in the renewable energy, and also we could go for more internalization of our existing renewable energy program. So that one is the long-term perspective of this project. And let's talk. I already talked to you guys about these courses before I applied for this funding. But just to mention you in here, so I include like a power electronic course for renewable energy and the smart grid and the energy research project in the 3rd semester, and also combined heat and power system, and also the wind energy. This is from the UIS side, and from the Chuet side, actually, like they do more engineering, economics analysis, project management. They have like an advanced absorption technology. And these are the 2 new courses they plan to develop under this project. One is like a climate resilient development. This is the new course, and also the climate change adaptation WASH and the social aspects. So these are the 2 new courses going to be developed under this project. And interestingly, we don't need to actually create or develop a new course under this project. So we would more work on like how we could actually improve the quality of those courses that we already have. And until now, what we have done under this project is like we sign a contract. So faculty, Jeroen has already signed the contract with the DICU, and we prepared like a project agreement with this Chuet. So Breathe actually helped to develop this agreement. So we will sign it soon. Before at least we do the further involvement of this project, we'll have this agreement in hand. And I am actually working on publishing a news, as I mentioned earlier, and also I'm working on developing a website for this CARE project. So we all know actually what is there in the CARE project from the website. And also in the next couple of months, I'm planning to actually do or arrange an open day of this CARE project, from engaging administrative people from the UAI side and also from the Chuet side. So we will do an open day session of this project. And let's talk about the full scholarship a little bit. As I mentioned, there would be like, okay, I haven't mentioned one thing. Actually, initially I applied for 4 scholarship, 4 full degree scholarship. That means it was like 350,000 NOK for 2 years per student. And then when actually we accepted this, they accepted this proposal, and then they are asking like, if we would like to have 2 more students as a full degree scholarship. Then I say, obviously, we would like to. So then they also accept that proposal afterwards. So in total, it would be like 6 full degree master's scholarship. So I plan to do it like this. So there would be no one is coming in this year, like 2022. So basically, all those students would come in 2023. So first group of 3 students would visit UIA in 2023 in August or in September, and the other group will come on 24th. So in total, they will finish within 2026. So that is the main ambition of this project. So they have to finish, all the student, full degree master student has to finish within the time frame of this project. And then now, this is working work packages that what I designed. We designed previously. So we designed 5 work packages. So as you can see in here, so first one is like a project management and dissemination of results. The second one is like a student mobility from the global south to Norway, and then third one is like from Norway to the global south. That means in our case it would be Bangladesh and Kuwait. And then academic staff mobility as a work package number 4, and 5 is like a course and curriculum review development. So actually it has a long description, but I would like to summarize like this. So as I mentioned, we'll arrange a kind of project open day at University of Agder, and also we'll join the project meeting and actually mentioning it could be a part of the open day, so we could actually show how we do those works. That means all the project management, risk management, and how we do report to the DECO, and how do we prepare the documents for DECO at the end of the year, like 4th quarter of this of every year. And online project. Okay, then I'm working on this, for example, and then the initial plan is to, if we can develop a Erasmus Plus proposal in 2023 in a 3rd quarter, and also like research and teaching, and we would also try to involve this care project to develop some research also with the jointly. And also the main another 2 things is like organize the 2 seminar on the role of higher education in renewable energy. So one would be in Bangladesh or in Kuwait in end of this year, and also another is in like 2024 at UIA. And the 2 workshop on teaching methodology and curriculum review. So it would first one, it will be arranged at UIA in 2023, and at Kuwait it's 2025. And yes, this is the annual project report. We will do that. And deliverables would be like the 5 project reports for each year from 2022 to 2026. And also Erasmus proposal and the other workshop and seminars, miniers maybe. And then there is a like, I actually put all the details how we do select the students from Bangladesh to here, or from global south to here, and also from here to there. So that's why I need some help from the administration people, and also from you colleagues, how to actually develop those things. And also there is a like because we will do the student mobility, so we need to have a like a credit transfer structure. So that's what I will work on to it on like in the 2nd quarter of 2022. And these are actually more details, so I'll not go through all the things. skip, and please, if you have any questions, just ask me laterally. And also, there is a as I mentioned, how do we select the student from Chuet to here to come? So I actually made a framework for this in the application. How do we do that? What are the criteria that we need to consider? Because we already faced this problem earlier when there was some students came from the other country or from other culture. How do they adapt? So what is the main criteria that we need to consider while selecting the students? This is also an important. So I made a framework for that, so it will be implemented like that we mentioned in the proposal. Yes, and then staff mobility. Maybe I'll talk a little bit later on. So as I mentioned, there's a 10 staff mobility in both way, from Chuet to Norway, and also from UIA to Chuet. So that would be done for example, each year 2 staff from here to there will visit, and 2 from Chuet to here will visit each year. And this is the last one. I mean, the work package number 5, how the course and curriculum review. So after we actually developed all the courses and also reviewed all the courses, so we'd do a kind of evaluating, like how much actually we have done within under this project at the end of 2023 and at the end of 2025. So we can actually report to DQ actually what is the outcome, how much we actually see the progress within that time frame. And as this is like a work for 2022, I actually make a slide actually what is the main work that we need to do within this year. So as this is what is presented in here. So initially, as I mentioned, project open day would be there, and in the first quarter, I'll arrange it as soon as possible after we prepare the a website and all the social media presence there. Then we will arrange that one. And also the project meeting, as this one already mentioned or talked, I already talked about it, and also this one. Project presence, news, website, and social media maybe, and also preparing the annual reports at the end of the 4th quarter. And also the selection procedure should start for the mobility, because there is a new student will come in 2023. And this is the one that we need to consider, because before they would start the mobility program, we should be ready on the structure for the credit transfer. And how we design the student mobility. So as you can see in here, so 6 students in from Chuet to UIO will join in 2023. So I put like 2 in maybe you can see in here 2 in January, February next year, and 4 in September session. So fall session and the spring session, we'll divide it like that, 2 to 4. And also in a 2024 there should be like 7 students, and 2025 there would be like 6 students, and 2026 there would be 6 students. So in total there would be 25 exchange students. So that means they would come for 1 semester or 5 months in here. Similarly, we designed it like for 10 students will travel from Norway to Bangladesh, and 2 in 2023, 3 in 2024, 2 in 2025, and 3 in 2026. So this is how we designed for the student mobility. Similarly, we designed it for like staff mobility is mostly 2 each year for the 5 years. I put it like 4 years in here, but it should be 5 actually. So from 2022 actually to start from 2022 to 26. Similarly, from the staff mobility from UI to Chuet, it would be like 2 in 22 and 2 in 26, from 22 to 26. And let's talk a little bit about the budget. I'm sure actually Evan can explain much better than me in this case, but I just mentioned how much will get from DECO, it is like a 7.925 million NOK. And then most likely you can see is basically for the mobility, student mobility, travel cost, and like a direct and indirect cost is involved, likely like a there is a percentage of salary for the project coordinator, and also we divided like 10% of the budget for all the administrative, international, and also all of you colleagues, and there some budget is there. So and also you can see there is some other operating costs in that cost is involved, basically like arranging the seminars, arranging the workshop, and while there will be like they're visiting in here, we'll arrange something within under this other operating costs. It includes some food cost and also the arranging some other costs in here at UIA, and also in Chuet in Bangladesh. And there is no it's basically all those funding will if I just talk about the funding plan, is basically all those things should come from DECO. So there is a nothing will invest, but there is obviously we are working there, so there is some investment needs there, but all the money is actually came from DECO directly. And now let's talk this point. Because while I was thinking, actually I feel like there is a lot of risk. I think you can also arise more, but this is what I actually presented in our application. So first one is like a mobility risk. So yes, this is like a pandemic situation right now. So I'm not sure how much they would come in here or how much we will able to send to the Bangladesh. So this is a kind of first risk that we might have. And also there is some bureaucracy process in Bangladesh. So when there are some students come from Bangladesh to here, there is some bureaucracy difficulties, like for example, visa, passport, and also like selecting the students. So there is a lot of things there as a risk. And I put this one. I hope I would not face this problem in to engage you all in this project. At least some input from you guys might help to develop or finish this project successfully. I mean, it could be in terms of idea, it could be in terms of how could we finish, how could we successfully finish this project, anything. And also requirement for the students as I mentioned. So though I planned like what would be the main consideration to select the students from Chuet to here to come, but still there is a challenge. So though they are very good at academic field or academically they are very good, I don't know how much they could cope up in here. So there is always a risk there. And also the transformative teaching adoption, like how we can actually learn from transformative way and also teach in a transformative way. There's also a kind of a risk there. And also industrial attachment. This is actually not, I haven't included, thanks to Cecil, actually, I think it's a good, she was mentioning, it would be really tough for the other project in that UIA to include the industry in this kind of projects. So actually I avoid it in the application, but Chuet, as I mentioned, they include UNDP there, United Nations Development Program there. So I don't know how much we could engage our student to be involved in this kind of attachment. And the other risk is like cultural barrier. Yes, it's always there. In Norway, we have a quite different culture than the Bangladesh. They do also have the same actually. So we have to adapt. We have to accept the cultural difference from the staff, from the students in such case. So we don't know actually how much we could accept or how much they could show us. So that's why there is a risk. That's what I mentioned. And logistic and formal procedure necessary for mobility. Yes, today actually I had a meeting with Maurice from ICT. Actually, he was actually mentioned this. This is like a huge problem. like engaging the staff, and also who do the work. We need to actually predefine it a little bit earlier. So this is a very important. For example, when the students or staff would come in here, so how we could engage them to some activities. For example, like they need to go to the police station, they need to go to the first leg. So who is going to help and how much we could help? So that could be actually nice to predefine it in the beginning. And also, I haven't put this one in the application, but I feel like Cicelo was mentioning, it's like we need to have some from the department by actually using some administrative support from the department, so that it would be help to successfully finish this project. That's all from my side. Thank you so much for your attention, and thanks to DICO for funding, obviously. Yes, I will stop recording this one so that you could ask some question.